Oh, everybody's super sad. That's a lot of loss out there today. But that's cool. I mean, it's not cool, but like, gotta listen. It's like things are on the up for like 4 months straight, and like exponentially so. So you gotta know, like, days like this are gonna come, and then like a week like this might stay. You know, that's why the name of the game is HODO. That's what you do on red days. All right, what do we got? Bitcoin always up in first, 51.9. Ethereum 1.6. Tether's up in third. Binance 233. Cardano 112. Let's see. Polkadot 30.01. XRP at 49 cents. Uniswap 27.15. Theta 12.22. And Litecoin rounding out the top 10 at 173.57. Chainlink is still in 11th. Trying to peak. Trying to peak. Can I come back? Let's see. Yeah, I mean they're about they're about 1 bill behind Litecoin, so not like right away, but we'll see. Okay. Yeah, I know it's a pretty red day, but in the last 12 hours it hasn't been crazy. It's only been 1% down. It's been a little bit of a sine wave up and down from that, but nothing crazy. Let's see here. So, but we are well. Let's get the cloud on there, the basic cloud on there. So there was a tiny bit of support. We just broke right through that. That didn't really do much for us. And so we bounced. Well, let's see. We bounced off resistance once, but we're kind of in resistance again. It's going to try to break through. Let's look at some more indicators and see how likely that breakthrough might or might not be. So the conversion line's below the baseline, so that's not a good thing for upward indicator, but it is moving upward, so it could cross soon. And if it crossed while we're in the cloud here, I would say that that's a strong sign we'd move upward out of the cloud. If we were just going to sit here and stare at this, that's what I'd be watching for, was this blue line crossing. But I am not the kind of sit and stare at this type of person. The purple line is lagging indicator is a little bit above these two, so there could be some upward. Like this kind of helps you think upward. So maybe it kind of encourages you to think that the blue's gonna cross the yellow in the way that we would hope to if we want to go up. Um, but that's a lot of like maybes and if thens and thens, like so. Let's see here. So these are straight up downward pressure, pretty straightforward. Although this is starting to correct for that, so you could watch this one too, and then sort of see those two things, see how those two things play out right next to each other, and that could kind of be how you obsessively watch Bitcoin if you felt like it. Um, this is widening, which would indicate the margin of error is widening. So I don't know. I think it might try to push forward, but I don't feel confident that it will bounce, that it will do anything except bounce down of the 52.5 marker. That would be my guess. I'm never gonna guess again. That's what I'm confident. That's what I'm. I'm not confident that it will bounce out though. It's not really a guess. Uh, Whether or not it breaks through the cloud. Um, that is pretty much indecisive. Cool. Moving on. IOTA. Oh, let's go back up to top. Research propose an IOTA-based solution to combat COVID-19. Cool. I like this idea. I ended up highlighting almost the whole thing, so I was like, okay, I'm not just gonna read the article. You guys can read the article if you want to read word for word. But um, basically, it is the right combination of feeless. We talked about that a few days ago. How it's feeless for the user in the way that email is feeless for the user, even though someone does maintain like the servers or whatever, if you will. It's feeless for the users in the hospital. Like, so you basically show them a QR code and they scan it, and it's only because if the user like opens up the QR code, right? So it's secure in that sense. It's like not other people can't read it unless the user shows it to them or whatever. And it's like your chart. And actually, that's what I do for my day job is I do medical chart stuff. So I could tell you that if that type of thing was way more standardized, um, and it was kind of like and it actually populated appropriately from like different hospitals to different systems, um, which is possible. It's possible to make that better by technologies like blockchain. It takes more data, like it is chunkier, bigger stuff to store, but it is actually easier to be compatible with different systems, if that makes sense. So it's something I'm interested in as a healthcare, like, technology person, whatever that makes, career kind of person. Okay. Hoskinson reveals his plans, visions and plans for NFTs on Cardano. Um, Most recently, auctioned 2 NFTs on Ethereum based. Let's see, revealed he has also recently tried out other marketplaces. 6 NFT marketplaces applying for Project Catalyst. That's like a funding and a sort of a booster, more than just funding. It's like a booster program for stuff on the Cardano chain. Excuse me. But really, it's more of a conversation and a crux for a business model, referring back to Project Catalyst there. So we're scaling up capacity there specifically for these types of relationships, and we will do exactly the same for other protocols. Eventually, see where things like other dexes, oracles, and so forth. By the way, he does one of these just about most every day. They're on YouTube, usually 10 to 30 minutes, or sometimes a little longer, but just like little thoughts, and he talks to the chat and stuff like that. So yeah, apparently today was NFT. It's always kind of a subject when he gets on that he has in mind. So yeah, they're worth checking out if you're in a Cardano. I really am, which is why I click on these most of the time to show you guys. And yeah, so all those program layers they kind of generally talk about them like they're coming later this year. So here's 2 stories about the same sort of thing. 2 things are like there's a lot of. I guess I should go to this one first. The central bank is saying we're concerned about a lot of stuff. They're saying the government is telling us they're concerned about it as well. That kind of to sum it up, it's basically the volatility. Both RBI and government, so that's like I think their central bank, are committed to financial stability. We have flagged certain concerns around these cryptocurrencies which are being traded in the market. So elsewhere in the article, and this quote specifically helps me to understand that I think it's really the volatility, and the fact that there's like rug pulls and DeFi space, and I know like a lot of people in DeFi would say it's not the majority of the projects, and they're probably right. But from the outside looking in, especially like for regulators who are on the outside of crypto looking in through the, and then also through yet another window into DeFi, if you will, like that I can kind of see where that perception's coming from. After the intent to ban was announced, it was also made clear the government will be looking at central bank digital currency. But see, that's like the third flippy floppy on like whether or not it's being banned or not in just the last couple of months, and so it's really hard to like figure out what's going on, what's correct. Maybe the other articles about it not being a ban, maybe they were wrong or something. Enthusiasts in the country have been riddled with confusions across. Okay, yeah, I mean that's basically my impression too. So then I would go back to this article, which is that a little more detail on that, which is where the legal status of cryptos remains undecided. Companies in the country involved in virtual assets must now report their activities as part of their financial statements. So, despite speculation surrounding an imminent blanket ban in India, the country's finance minister said the government favors a more calibrated approach to dealing with cryptocurrency. So yeah, that's like actually the exact article I was just kind of referencing. That I did on this show whenever it came out on the 6th, not even that long ago. So I don't know. It's pretty confusing, to say the least. But yeah, that's the morning. Thanks for checking in, and I will see everyone in the evening. Have a good night or day.